Hi everyone, this is Soldiergirl Keri from the Stand Up and Stand Out show. And with me today, I have Ronielia McKenzie, who is actually a uni student, but guess what? She is also an entrepreneur, and I'm feeling so very proud today. I know a lot of you youths that are listening to the program on a weekly basis will be very excited to hear from Ronielia and understand her journey, her story, and what motivates her as well. So without further ado, I'm just going to hand over to Ronielia as I ask a few questions for her to tell us about her story and how she became an entrepreneur in the UK while studying. Tell us a bit, Ronielia.
Hi all, I'd like to say thank you for having me on this radio show. I am honored and I hope to inspire many of you to go out and venture into your businesses. So my story about how I became an entrepreneur was, I remember speaking to my brother-in-law and I was saying, you know, I have a passion for Jamaica. I have a passion for Jamaican food. You know, as someone who's grown there and, you know, has to come back for holidays, I was thinking, how can I provide this experience for other people out here in the UK who love Jamaica, who love also Caribbean food as well, but don't have access to shops and facilities that enable them to eat such condiments. And I was sitting there and I was saying, oh, I'm actually hungry. I could do for good Lasco, I could do for good packet of Bigfoot. And I was thinking, you know what? Instead of searching for retailers out there who sell it, why not open up my own Black business and provide an economy and place that other people can go to so that they don't actually have to wait for another holiday to indulge and enjoy food that they like.
I like that. I like that very much. I consider you a go-getter, like make it happen. If you can't find it, etc., exactly, make it happen. Then in that regard, then tell us a bit about your active business venture. Who do you cater to? And, you know, how does that pan out, especially you being a first-year university student? You're 20 years old, so you're quite young, but you have taken an independent stance. Tell me about how that works.
Okay, so my active business venture is I sell American and Caribbean snacks, sweets, and drinks, and also other condiments and grocery items. So this enables me to not only reach out to teenagers who thoroughly enjoy these things, but also other people of all ages who also love not only American sweets and snacks, but also Caribbean snacks, sweets, and other grocery items. As a uni student and running a business, it does have its challenges as you have to balance your university work as well as business work and providing a space and avenues for other people to enjoy the products that you provide and serve. So it's not been easy, but thankfully with prayer and organization, I've been pressing through.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. But how do you stay motivated, Ronielia, throughout all of this?
My ways of staying motivated is I remember the struggles that my parents went through coming up and growing up and coming to this country as well. I remember it's not an easy situation picking up your family from one country to another, having to find your feet again, having to provide financial stability, not only for yourselves, but also your children. And so I remember these struggles and I say, wow, I admire it. And for future generations, I would like to say, you know, this is what I've built. This is what I've, you know, created so that you don't have to struggle or see certain struggles as you grow up. So that is how I stay motivated. I remember where I've come from, where my family's come from, and I've also remembered the goal and where I would like to go, and also how I would like to help the Black community at large, how I would love to see progress.
Brilliant. And that is definitely a legacy that you can leave behind. It's
Yeah.
building your empire, if anything. Now,
Yeah.
I just wondered, because many people have asked this question so many times on this show in the past, and who or what is your main inspiration?
My main inspiration is, as a matter of fact, my dad. He started his own business and he runs it mainly in Jamaica, but seeing him take his phone calls, organize things from thousands of kilometers away, just seeing him with his pen and his paper and writing down, it's just, I'm like, I actually admire this. I don't say it enough, but I actually admire it. It's like, I'd actually like to be like, running things and, just living each day with a purpose and getting up and saying, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to make sure I do that X, Y, and Z. So that's what he's my main inspiration.
And do you see how important it is? Because you had a role model there right in your home. We hardly hear about dads taking up their roles. We hear about single moms, etc. But this is such a positive story. Your dad being such an impact on you and setting an example as well. And you're starting off in the same way. So well done. Well done to your dad and well done to you for following in his footsteps. Now, most importantly, how can people get in touch with you?
So people can get in touch.
First of all, tell them the name of your business and how they can get in touch with you.
Okay, so my business is called Miss McKenzie's Authentic Caribbean Grocer, and they can get in touch with me through Facebook. My name is Miss McKenzie's Grocer. Through Instagram, which is Miss McKenzie's_grocer. Through email, missmckenziesgrocer@gmail.com, and through phone/WhatsApp 074 966 45450.
Thank you so much for that, Ronielia. It's really been a pleasure having you on the show and just highlighting what it is that you do, your motivation, but also your drive for being a young entrepreneur, studying as well alongside that. I know when I asked you earlier, you said you were doing airport and aviation management, and that is challenging in itself, I'm sure.
It
is. But keep up the good work. And any other, snippets that you'd like to leave with us or words of encouragement to sort of give someone who may be considering a similar path, give them some tips as well?
Yes, 100%. So one of my words of encouragement would be to trust God and take that leap of faith and trust him in the process and have faith that he will guide you and direct you and your steps. Also, my other word of encouragement would be to keep the faith, especially when things don't look or don't seem like they're going as fast as you would have hoped and prayed for. Opening a business and even in life in general, certain things won't always go the way that you expect it to, but it's always hoping to keep the faith and encouragement and not to give up on the end goal, and just make sure that you push through and remember that God is always by your side.
That's great. That's great. And finally, what tips or recommendations can you share with us today? Think of youths that are possibly thinking about starting their own business as well.
So one of the tips that I would recommend to youth and also other people who are looking to open a business would be to network. I took that leap of faith and I posted in the Black Owned Economy group chat and I managed to meet Miss Keri here. So, this is the importance of networking, because sitting there on Snapchat or just posting a couple posts on Instagram, it will get you far, but not as far as you could go. So network, meet other people who are like-minded. Also, social media presence, make sure that try your best to plan your content, to try be as active as possible on social media and build up your growth and your following so that it gives people, your potential and future customers, a portfolio of your work and of your products that they can look at. And you should surely see some results and be on a high road to success.
Ronielia, You are such an inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us today. At the end of the day, this show is all about recognizing people who are striving to do good in society. I mean, you hardly hear about that. And you hear so many bad things and, negative things on the news. So this is definitely a positive story.
Thank you.
Would you like to send greetings to anyone at this time as well? Because this will be going out on our social media platforms.
Yes, I would. I'd love to send a shout out to Keely and my sister as well. They have been integral people in my process in helping me. They sitting down with me, writing down pen and paper, having meetings with me and ensuring that I'm making the right steps. I'd also like to send a shout out to my father as well, Oswald McKenzie. He has a couple books that he himself has written called The Tale of Zeal.